get the bag, gotta get the bag. Ain't no need to lag, ain't no need to lag. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up? What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. Hope everybody is well. Live on Twitter, live on YouTube as well. There it goes. Okay. It wasn't sure anybody was watching on YouTube. Let me make sure it went through, but it changed now. Let me hit the retweet on this bad boy real quick. Dollars if we sweep. All right, so on Twitter, I'm posting right now. Retweet this broadcast for a chance to win $25 if we sweep. So if you're watching on Twitter, you're watching on YouTube, and you follow me on Twitter, go on over there. Just hit the retweet button for me on the broadcast. Trying to continue to grow the show, trying to get creative and everything like that. Unfortunately, it takes giveaways at times to get some of that action, but I will certainly do that. And if you're watching on Twitter, just like I can do on YouTube with my boy Tom Cruise, Corey DeMario, I can pull up comments and everything like that. If you say anything on Twitter, I can do that as well. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. Just search Lunchtime in the Lab. Whatever. Give me a subscribe. Free to do it, free to like it, free to watch on YouTube. So help me out there. Pushing 1,700 subscribers all of a sudden. I just hit 1,500, flew up to 1,600, and on my way to 1,700 on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. What's up, D-Rock? I've got 1,681 subscribers right now, and I'm telling you, like, I wish it was all people that were like actually watching this show. Of course, like the more subscribers I have, the more likely that I have people like tuning in or clicking the videos and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it's these like stupid slap videos, which I don't know if like they've posted any like new ones or not recently. But I had one get like 18,000 views in the last 2 days. Like it's been pretty wild. So that is certainly what's driving. It's got 34 subscribers from that one. So that's what's driving the subscribers of the channel, but I suppose I can't complain. But and like I said, hopefully I see some of those people that are like, hey, what's this guy doing live? Let me check it out. We will sneak in a Thursday night football play. Chuck, I hear Jordan Addison's ankle wasn't supposed to be too big of an issue or something like that, I guess, possibly. But yeah, that's crazy, right? I mean, the Vikings had a young man die. Their starting corner got hurt. The next day, another corner got hurt. Jordan Addison got a DUI. JJ McCarthy has knee surgeries, out for the year, and Jordan Addison got hurt again. Chuck, like, did JJ get hurt in practice? Was this a college injury? Like, I don't know. What's up, Cujo, though? You sent me a tweet? Bro, look at the tweet I sent you. Tweet, or like you DM me? I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. I came by like this recently again. I paid all this money to get like these like graphics or whatever, and like I haven't been using them. So I should probably do that. Make the show look nice, lunchtime in the lab. But when I go with the full screen thing, it just doesn't, like, you guys can't see anything. So today's going to be, honestly, I don't feel like that long of a show. So if you guys have anything you guys want to talk about in particular, let me know. Also, I'm going to be doing a collab with Sports Laydown. We're just going to do a home run each. So if any of you guys got a home run, somebody hit a home run today that you're feeling really good about, let me know. Because I haven't actually looked at that. He's going to send that over to me here soonish. Yeah, let's talk about that real quickly. No, Corey, I don't. So like I told myself I was gonna get a Vikings tattoo if like like the logo of like because like the Vikings, like the Super Bowl was at the Viking Stadium and they had like almost like a Viking theme type thing. I told myself I was gonna do that. I've always said too that I thought it'd be cool to do like a my favorite team kind of thing. Do like I'm a White Sox fan, a Vikings fan, and Notre Dame fan. So to do like the Vikings alternate V, do like an 84, have just a bunch of numbers. Randy Moss, do White Sox, aging myself, but like Paul Konerko, Frank Thomas, some of those older guys. I mean, right now, I mean, it's garbage. And then Notre Dame do like, a picture of like the Golden Dome or something like that. But I feel like, the left arm, I think I'm saving for like my boys. I got a third son coming. I'd like to get, I don't know, like a name, or I don't want to do like the clock, you know what I'm saying? Where like everybody does the clock and it's like the 3 clocks and the different times of when they were born and stuff like that. Um, the MRI place is calling me. I'll just have to call him back. I don't want to answer while you guys are here. Speaking of the MRI, it's was supposed to be tomorrow and it was supposed to be tomorrow and it's not approved yet. So I'm not getting my MRI tomorrow like I was supposed to. Anyway, enough about my life. Can I make this big? Look, I was gonna try to have you guys watch this. Here we go. Look at this. First off, like, look, there's nothing we can do about like line movement and stuff. Later in the day, Tanner Houck was at like minus 130. We got him at like minus 160 or something like that. And so we ended up pairing him with Otani. We paired him with Otani to get a hit. And unfortunately, if we would have played that game late, which some people did, they were able to get in on Tanner Houck without needing a juice reducer. So he hit. Unfortunately, Otani didn't. I'm here to say that I'm biased, but I feel that this is a hit. All right. Let's look at this real fast, and then we'll actually hold on. Let me see what the MRI says. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Yeah, so like the O&E place just called and they're just not going to have a decision today. The insurance just isn't going to have a decision today. So how do we know? How do we know when we're going to have a decision? Very frustrating. Like it's to the point where like I was on a run and I was like, I'm done. Or like even today, I'm just like, I don't even want to bet on anything. I'm just frustrated. What's up, Bookie? Anyway, let's watch this. So first off, it's a third baseman at shortstop. So maybe like that's why it's an error. Like even the announcer says this is a hard shot. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's close. It 50-50 probably, right? They called it an error. It was 101 off the bat. It was a hard hit. It also only traveled like 100 plus, Bookie. It was like 100 plus. It was a hard hit ball, 100 plus velocity. It was a third baseman over in shortstop. It also like one hop to him, but not close. It like hit like I don't know, like probably 10 feet out and then bounced to him. I don't know. It's just sometimes when a ball is hit hard, it's just that it ate him up kind of thing. I mean, it was bang bang. I honestly, if it would have been called a hit, I wouldn't have said I would have possibly said it could have been an error. It goes either way, it's just frustrating because that's how we lost. But anyway, we also lose the 10K challenge. David Peterson threw an absolute gem up until the 6th inning, and then the A's were able to hit. I was absolutely right about him, walking. He issued 4 walks to the A's, just like I thought he would, to get the pitch count up. Unfortunately, he one hit the A's all the way through the 5th inning. Rooker went on paternity leave, so we lost a big bat there. So that definitely influenced the bet a little bit. It's frustrating, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Anyhow, let's do this. This is my little bit of a break before I got to start messing with this MRI stuff again. It's so frustrating, guys. And then they're saying that they want me to go to a freestanding MRI. So that's why it's taking so long, because they want me to go to a place where you stand up instead of like they slide you in. I don't know. How can they like schedule me and then they're just like, "Oh, and schedule me for the 3rd time, mind you." And then they're like, "Well, we're just not going to have it improved by the time the appointment comes along. So let's just, not worry about it." I'm annoyed. Okay. Let's talk some baseball. Okay, so I got 2 straights and then a little bit of like kind of like a builder type play, but like I don't know, it comes up to like plus 130 or something like that. First and foremost, actually, I look, I just think it's been insane with MLB right now. Let's look at some stuff. So Max Fried here, look at the line movement. It opened this morning at 15.5. People were able to bet this at 15.5, and they bet it all the way up to 17.5. I've seen on Twitter people at 1 in the morning and they're like, "Yep, take Max Fried at 15.5. This line's wrong, whatever." Like I am constantly missing out on money and it's like you don't even want to look at the 17.5, knowing that you're now getting a number that's 2 worse than what it started at. Open at 15.5 has ballooned up to 17.5 already. It's moved 2. Another example, I mean, probably Zach Wheeler. Opened at 17.5, has moved up to 18.5. If I would have bet it overnight, I would have got it at a premier number. Logan Webb opened at 17.5. This has moved all the way up to 20.5. This has got 3 whatever points. I don't know what you want to call it. 3 outs, three things of movement. 1 a.m. I could have got this at 17.5. It's moved to 20.5. I just think like it's just been the line movement. It's just been just ridiculous, to be honest. I'm pretty sure Flaherty opened at 17.5. Flaherty opened at 17.5. It's up to 18.5 now. Like I'm never gonna do that to paying like Discord members. I don't expect people. It's just not fair for me to say like, here's this play at 1 a.m. It's 17.5, and now you have to choose whether or not you want to play Logan Webb at 20.5. Like, that's bullshit. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just not convenient for anybody. If I was Jay Bookie and I lived on the East Coast, West Coast ish area, then and I was a 3-hour time difference or whatever, it would that doesn't hurt you or whatever. But no, I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed just in general today. The phone call of like, it's just like I was finally getting my MRI tomorrow. Like I'm like having issues sleeping and it's hard to walk when I wake up. It's it's disheartening, like I'm literally like having issues like with day-to-day life. And they keep fucking around and not getting it scheduled. So like today's just I just got an attitude today and I'm annoyed, and then that's frustrating too. Anyway, we're still gonna look at Zach Wheeler though. We were on Zach Wheeler's strikeouts recently, and I mean it was pretty successful for us, but we're going to go to the 18.5. We were on, Trig Scooble the other day on an 18.5, and it was a spot where like I usually don't play it. And it was a spot where I don't normally mess with the 18.5. 18.5 is normally like a stay away from me. And you can see, I mean, to this number, he's only over at 48%. Let's see, at home, he's over at 58%. So, I mean, he was on a streak of, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 in a row, and then he ran into the Dodgers and the Yankees when he's at home. Dodgers, Yankees, two pretty good hitting teams, obviously. So I mean that goes whichever way. Uh, you can see that he's throwing a pretty decent amount of pitches. He's throwing over 100 like very often. Even looking at like the full year, he's throwing 196, 103, 107. Got beat up 100, 100. So he throws a pretty high amount of pitches. Like I said, we were on Tariq Skubal the other day. They had a 14-run lead. The guy got pulled at 88 pitches. I mean, normally throws 100. He should have come out into the 7th inning, but I mean, it was just a monster. They were just getting blown up. They You look at like what's been going on with this Phillies organization right now. Like, dude, like they haven't had a starting pitcher go longer than 5 innings. They're just getting blown up. They really need Zach Wheeler to come in and just figure it out. They need a win here. And I think they're going to ride Wheeler. I think they're going to leave him in. If it's a close game, they're going to leave him in and they're going to want him to protect it. Look, if they got a 3-run lead, I think they're going to want him to protect it because Philly has just been struggling. So first off, just looking at the bullpen, they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I kept counting for some reason. They used 5 arms on Wednesday and they used 5 arms on Tuesday. They've had 1, 2, 3 guys throw in back-to-back days. They're beat up. This bullpen's tired. They really, really need a pretty good outing from Wheeler just to kind of reset things, just to kind of like give them a break. Um, Sorry, I was looking at this group chat. I was about to see if they have a day off or not tomorrow. Nope, they play again tomorrow. They play on Saturday. They play on Sunday. They don't have a break for a while. They don't have a break for a while. The bullpen's tired. They don't have a break for a while. So that's the first part of the handicap. And then you look at, like I said, at home. Like he's been good. 7 of his last 12. He ran into the Dodgers and Yankees at home and wasn't able to. But I mean, they were also like he only threw 76 pitches in this game. He would have gone deeper, right? They were winning. I don't know what the score was, but it's 10-1. I mean, they could have been up by 9. And they were like, all right, we don't need you anymore. Let's not waste your arm or whatever. And then they got him out of there. So they realistically had gone over. Against the Yankees, threw 103 pitches to get him through 5 innings. Like, obviously, he got killed. He gave up a pretty sizable amount of runs here, earned runs. He gave up 7. He gave up 7 earned runs in that game. So he just got lit up. That's not going to happen again. And then now we get to the point where we can say the real damn it, I clicked the right buttons here, guys. Now we get to the point where it's a good look, right? For some reason I was thinking they were playing the Rangers. That's right though. Washington, the 13th best batting average, 11th best on base percentage. WRC though is kind of low. But I mean, Washington though isn't really known to be a like real hard hitting, real good team. Like they're a pretty soft offense. They're a team that doesn't strike out a lot, so there should be more hopefully soft contact, pop outs, ground outs, stuff like that. So where we don't have like a fantastic matchup in terms of how they perform against a right-handed pitcher, we do have a good matchup in a sense that it's Zach Wheeler for one. For two, like this Phillies team doesn't have a day off in days. I mean, I went to Saturday, Sunday. I mean, they don't have a day off for at least a couple of days. Like I said, I mean, they threw 5 guys on Wednesday. They threw 5 arms on Tuesday. 3 of those were overlap. 3 of those guys likely not going to be available. They're tired. These guys are tired. Also just looking, you got Ruiz, bats 220 at bats against them. Abrams 313 and 16. Garcia 192 and 26 at bats. And then you got a couple guys that have faced him a couple times that haven't had a whole lot of success. So it's a good spot. I don't love 18 and a half. 17 and a half, man. If we could have got a 17 and a half and threw a juice reducer on there, something like that, that would have been lovely. But it is what it is. Let's move to over here on FanDuel. We're gonna do this little version of like a builder play. I haven't fully decided. This might be the step one play for me today. It's a little juiced to what I would want to mess with. The initial thought was going to be Flaherty, but I'm pretty sure Flaherty's moved everywhere. And he's just been hard to trust recently. He is actually at 17 and a half. But uh, like Flaherty has been just a monster here, This is hard to look at because it's showing the 18 and a half. You guys just got to just not pretend that you look at this stuff. So he's had a line of, 18 for the longest. And he's got a 17 and a half line we can get now for like minus 220. So it would be like certainly a builder. A two leg would come out to like plus 100 something. But in his last one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in his last 7 starts, he's only over this 17 and a half in 3 of them. 4 times he tripped at the finish line. 4 times he got 2 outs in the 6th and couldn't get out of it. Gave up some walks, some doubles. I mean, whatever it was, he just couldn't finish the 6th inning. 4 times in his last 7 starts, we ran into that problem where he just could not get the 18th out. It's definitely, I mean, we've had some bad beats with them. It's kind of left like a bad taste in my mouth kind of thing. And then, you look at Milwaukee, I mean, their bats have been colder recently, but I mean, the Milwaukee's a good hitting team. So that's what scared me away from Flaherty, and that's what pushed me farther towards looking at Bailey over today. And you'll see that this graph, first off, is just better. I mean, look at that. Did I say that, Robert? Sometimes I say things and I don't mean them. But I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. So thanks for keeping me in check. Good thing we're not doing it. He's over this in 9 straight games away. He's over in 4 straight games, and you can see that. I mean, he had some good games. He went the full thing versus the A's. He went 8 innings against the Tigers away. He's been pretty good here. Of the 9 in a row, he's gone into the 7th for 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So I mean, that's pretty good. But 9 in a row, pretty good look there. So this is the spot, sorry, where he's facing the Rangers. The Rangers bats versus right-handed pitchers has just certainly been struggling. We've been talking about it a lot, just like against like Cleveland and stuff. We were on Tayon was our one hit yesterday. Struggled for a second, but he was able to get it done versus Cleveland. In the last 30 days, 24th lowest batting average to right-handed pitcher, 27th lowest on base percentage. Batting average balls in play, I think this was 30 yesterday. It's at 29 now. Also not good. Good things that are inducive, things are good for some quick outs and us getting that 17 and a half. So there's not a whole lot to say about it. I don't know if have they faced Bailey over much. The guys, Marcus Simeon's batting 500 against them. Corey Seager, has got one hit out of 4 at bats. Lowe, 1 hit out of 4 at bats. Kelly, none. Garcia, none. Jankowski, none. Tavares, 1 out of 5. So they haven't had a lot of success with them. Bailey Ober is actually supposed to start yesterday, but I think they were playing the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken. And like the Red Sox have just been like just destroying him. Like he's had just a terrible track record against them. So they actually like transitioned and I actually pushed his start back to tomorrow. So he has an extra day of rest. So that's kind of beneficial too. So And then we look at we're gonna go with the Angel Reese double double. So if you're in the Discord, I gave out what are we gonna go to? There was like a prop a while ago for her to have a double double in every game for the rest of the year. So that starts tonight. I think I gave it out at like plus 8,000. It was plus 10,000 before I was about to lock it in and it moved. I think I gave it out at plus 8,000 and it's down to like plus 5,000 now or something. So we've got some pretty good line movement on it. But she's had a double double in 17 to 24 games this year, 71%. And a lot of her misses came off of points early on. But I mean, like, she's obviously just been like a rebounding monster. And you look at, and you also look at like some of the stuff where it's like she's also just kind of like throwing the ball up. But you see some of the videos where she's literally just like throwing a layup up and she catches her own rebounds like 3 times in a row because she's missing a lot of balls or whatever. I don't know. But she's going against a team where Phoenix here, I think the Suns, I think they're called the Suns. They're getting up to 10th most points. I think there's 12 in the league. They're getting up to 10th most points to, I'm sorry, 11th most points to forwards overall. The 10th most. Angel Reese is a forward here. I didn't realize that they had this stat here because I had WNBA website here too that I was gonna go to. Let's see. Forward, run it, opponents, points. Yeah, so they got him as the 10th lowest here. Why was I thinking it was the Sun? Who the fuck are they playing? Oh, the Mercury. See, like this website, maybe I'm reading this wrong. They got him as like the 7th lowest. I don't know. I'll trust Outlier. Anyway, the Mercury are giving up the 11th most points, so the second to last most points. And I don't know, that said that weird. The second most points in the league to forwards. And then when you look at rebounds, they're giving up the ninth most rebounds to forwards and the 11th most rebounds overall. And realistically, the issue isn't the rebounds. I mean, she's getting, I mean, there are some games she only gets 10, but I mean, she's flying over. She's got a line of like 13 and a half. She's got a points line of 13 and a half. So that double double, just based off what the books say, we have 4, rebounds, 4 points to work with in terms of, getting the double double. I think it's a pretty close spread probably too. Yeah, it's a 3-point spread, so we're not really worried about blowouts or anything like that, especially with the Sky. We don't have to worry about blowouts or anything of that sort. So feel pretty good about her getting a double double. It's been a pretty consistent line, and I feel like this is some pretty good value. I really like Bailey Ober today. I think it's a really good look, especially against the Rangers. And then super well rested. I guess rust or anything like that. The fear with her would just be points. Right? Is she going to score 10 points? That's where the double double comes in. I'm not afraid of rebounds, but I'm not going to play a 13 and a half line rebound for her either. So we're going to go with this version or whatever, and we're just going to call it this plus 133 and put a 1 unit play on this. Or if you wanted to, I mean, you could put 7.75 units on it to win a unit, depending on how you play it. Most of my action is my goal is to win a unit, but it's not like it's plus 133. It's not that bad. So there's not that much risk on it to just put a full, put a unit on it to win 1.33 units. And then over here, it would be 1.25 units to win 1 unit on Zach Wheeler's play. All right. First off, before we do the third play here, do me a favor, please. For those of you who are still here, like the video for me. If you haven't liked it, subscribe. If you have not hit the subscribe button for me yet, please do so and hit the subscribe button. It's free to watch, free to like, free to subscribe, free to try to support me in any way that you can. I appreciate it. Sorry, I get so many messages when I'm doing this. Like I said, I've got like 3 messages on Twitter, and then I've got a group chat, and then I've got the hospital calling me, and it's just like, man, I've been talking for 30 minutes. Like, give me a second. Okay. NFL preseason. We're gonna talk NFL preseason here. I was checking my lines. Okay. Under 35 and a half for tonight is my play for the preseason. Famous man, Cujo, trying, just busy. I don't know. I mean, I try to do my best to like be open to and then be open to like, I don't know, people DM me, I always try to get back to them. You know, like I try to do that. You know, trying to always try to be helpful or whatever. So you know, I'm sure it digs me a hole sometimes too, where it's like I try to respond to people and then like that person continues to talk to me, and then shout out like if you message me and you're one of those people, I mean, it's perfectly fine. Okay. Under 35 and a half for this Eagles and the Patriots game is the way I think I want to go today. And I suppose, look, the preseason is kind of weird, right? It used to be 4 games, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's only 3. You have, looking at the Eagles, this is all kind of off the top of my head, by the way, guys. So like, I apologize if like any of this is wrong or if it's just not right. Okay. Looking at the Eagles, first off, I hate the Eagles. Secondly, if you guys looked at that thumbnail, doesn't Joe Milton? It's Joe Milton, right? For some reason I was saying Milrow, but who is that? Am I crazy? I feel like a dummy. He looks like Cam Newton. Milton. Milton's a Tennessee guy. Isn't that Joe Milton? Anyway, let's rewind and pretend that I didn't know who I used for my thumbnail, even though I'm for some reason I'm getting Jade. Is it Jaden Milrow? He's still at Bama, so it's Joe Milton. I guess they look the same. Not. Oh gosh, let's stop. Okay. Under 35 and a half, talking about the Eagles. Jay Hurts, Hurts didn't play preseason all last year. It's very likely Hurts steps on the field today. He's gonna get Hurts. Kenny Pickett. I believe I read today that Kenny Pickett was also likely to not be playing today. If he does, it's not going to be very much. They're more so going to be checking out these other 2 quarterbacks, and these are 2 guys that like Greer is one of them. And I can't remember the other guy, to be completely honest. But look, that came out way wrong. Please don't cancel me. But look, these 2 quarterbacks just aren't that good. You know, Patriots have a fairly decent defense, and the Eagles just didn't have a lot of offense in the first preseason. Yeah, Jalen Milrow is the Bama quarterback. So it's Joe Milton from Tennessee that is who I use for a thumbnail. Who also I feel like looks, if you look at that picture, it looks just like Cam Newton. If you look at that thumbnail, if you didn't notice it, reminds me of Cam Newton. I mean, the guy looked fantastic. Hurts isn't supposed to be playing. I don't think Kenny Pickett's playing. So, I mean, we got 3rd and 4th string quarterback going. They did not look good offensively. They just didn't move the ball well at all in their game. Then you then you look at the Patriots in their game. You know, me and Ty watched that game on playback with some of you guys. If you were there, obviously, we watched it live. You know, Jacoby Brissett had like three snaps. I don't think he's gonna start today. I guess he's their starting quarterback. I don't know if they've even really listed a starting quarterback, but Jacoby Brissett is not thought to be playing very much. You had Drake May, who only had a couple passes, who Drake May just did not look good either. Bailey Zappi did not look good. The only person that looked good was Milton. Milton was the only guy, and he brought that a little bit of an electricity to like the game or whatever. But I mean, Milton's not going to get a full half, full over, or for full you know, I don't think he's going to get a full half. 35 and a half, guys, that's 5 touchdowns. I just don't see there being 5 touchdowns in the game tonight. I just don't see it. Preseason games notoriously go under. You see, honestly, man, if I was a coach, I'd be wanting to test out my kicker just as much. You're more likely to kick in some spots. And then it's just, you can't really build any like momentum or anything like that. You got different quarterbacks working with different receivers. It's all just a mess, a whole lot of testing and everything like that. So unless like my thing is, unless Drake May comes out and just lights it up, and then Joe Milton comes out and lights it up, I don't see the Eagles scoring a lot. So, I mean, if the Patriots come out and drop 21 points and, the Eagles put up 14, I mean, that's still an under. Look, this is just a good number, 35 and a half. DraftKings has 35. That's a push. I wouldn't probably touch the 34 and a half. Then that's just asking for it. So, Bookie, I don't know, man. To be honest, we can look at it here in a second. So to recap, though, and then this is the time. If you guys have any questions about any additional, stuff, any additional things, let me know. I need to look at some home run hitters too, because we're doing that collab. Actually, I think he just texted me. All right. Sports Laydown likes Devers today, so we got to come up with a guy to hit a home run. You guys can help me with that. So, all right, to recap, though, we're going to go with Zach Wheeler's outs over 18.5. We're going to go with Bailey over 17.5 outs. Angel Reese get double-double. That was like plus 130. And then I like the under 35.5 for the Eagles and the Patriots. If you have not retweeted the video on Twitter, trying to continue to grow the show and everything like that, we do that for me, please. $25 giveaway if we sweep. And yeah, for Cujo, man, it's just outside of I could very quickly go down the line and tell you who I think would probably win by just quickly looking, but that's just way outside of my care to do, because I hate betting on like a team to win. It just always sucks. But anyway, Webb it just seems like a pretty incredible line, to be honest. But if you look at it, he's actually over at 52%. But I don't know if you're still in here or not, but he's over at a 52%. At home, he's actually over at home at a 73% hit rate. Look, the books are testing. If you were to show me this graph and not tell me like the numbers, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good over. The Braves are striking out a lot, versus a right-handed pitcher. They've been struggling. They've been doing better, like walking and stuff recently, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't mess with it. DeMario, it's going to be one of those 3 plays. I'll, once I'm done with this and deal with a couple things, I'll, yeah, because I mean, even what times does Zach Wheeler play start? That even starts at like 3. Wait, Wheeler's tonight. So all my what? Nick at plus money? What you mean by that? All my plays start later today, so I don't have to like overly hurry. Like I'm not messing with this 1:00 game, 1:00 game, 2:00 game. Like everything I'm gonna be interested in is later on. So yeah, bro, Robbie Ray. That's another thing too. Actually, that's Biggie. That's a fantastic mention. Like I said, Bookie. I don't know if you're still in here or not, or anybody talking about Joe Webb. Joe Webb. It's not Joe Webb. Joe Webb used to be a quarterback for the Vikings back in the day. Not a very good quarterback. This is probably a pretty good reason to like the over as well. They threw a heavy dosage of bullpen yesterday because Robbie Ray couldn't get out of the first inning. So they threw 4 arms heavily on Wednesday. Both of these guys likely going to be unavailable. So yeah, Joe Webb, the quarterback. He was a wide receiver for like Georgia Tech or something, I think, and then he converted quarterback or something. This is a good reason, I think, to back probably the over, and then the fact that he hits it at a really high rate at home. So really do like that under 2, Marcus. Text Ty about it because he's like an over only. So I probably won't. I probably won't put that in the Discord because I don't want to like cross any paths or whatever, but I might later. But all right. I mean, that's all I have really. So who's someone Corey keeps screaming Cowser home run. Why? Pavetta. I'd hate to end up being like a same game parlay. Jock. What the batter? Oops, parlay builder. I'm gonna let you guys go. My insurance is actually calling me, and this has been a hell of a thing. So I'm gonna answer this and not miss out on it. And I will see you guys back tomorrow.
So this is the Informed Choice
Hold on,
team calling on behalf of to help Joseph Ford with an upcoming appointment. Is this Joseph?
Yes.
Thanks. Please hold while your call is connected to a customer service representative.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm gonna talk to somebody on insurance. So I'm gonna let you guys go. And then I will see you guys back tomorrow though, and I'm gonna start dealing with some of this stuff. Peace.
Representative. For quality purposes, your call will be recorded.